My name is Gavin Evans, and these are my 10 most anticipated movies of 2025. But before I talk about my list, I do want to mention two movies: Spider Man Beyond the Spider Verse and Valorant. Two movies that could come out in 2025, but I don't think they're going to, so they're not on my list. But let's begin by talking about my 10th most anticipated movie of 2025, and it's The Woman in the Yard. And I know very little about this movie, but I do know that it's a horror movie and that it's directed by Collet-Serra. And if you don't know who that is, he directed House of Wax, which is a super underrated movie, and he also directed Orphan, another fantastic movie. And after those two horror gems, he made Non-Stop, One All Night, The Commuter, um, Jungle Cruise. He made a bunch of action movies, and I enjoy most of them, but I always wish he stuck with the horror genre. So to see him go back to his roots just gets me very excited, and I think this movie could be really special. My ninth most anticipated movie is Megan 2.0. And the first Megan is a movie I love. Like, it's campy, it's tense, it's smart, and it just felt iconic. And they have spent a long time developing this sequel, so it does feel like they're putting lots of effort into it, and I don't know what to expect, but I feel like this could be a crazy, unpredictable movie, and I can't wait to see it. My eighth most anticipated movie is The Wolfman, and this movie is directed by Lee Winnell, who directed Insidious Chapter 3, a great movie. He directed Upgrade, a really good movie, and he directed The Invisible Man, which is fucking incredible. So I can't wait to see what he does with this story, and it looks like it could be tense. It looks like they could be a bunch of cool body horror, but it also seems like a really sad movie about these kids losing their father as he becomes this monster, and I feel like it could be surprisingly emotional. So, yes, I'm very excited for this one. My seventh most anticipated movie is Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. And I wish I could put this movie higher on my list because I do love this franchise. Fallout is one of the best movies ever made, but I really didn't care for Dead Reckoning Part 1. And I didn't really care for the story being told, so I am kinda worried, but I love these characters, I love these actors, I love this franchise too much to completely discard it. I hope it delivers on some incredible action set pieces, and the trailer does look great, and I hope it ends this franchise on a high note. So I'm worried, but I'm still very excited. My sixth most anticipated movie is The Running Man. And I like the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, but the reason why this movie is on my list is because it's directed by one of my favorite filmmakers, Edgar Wright. Hot Fuzz, The World's End, Shaun of the Dead, Scott Pilgrim, Baby Driver. This guy just knows how to deliver, and I can't wait to see what he does with this story. And we've got Glenn Powell starring in it. Like, count me in. So, I cannot wait for this movie. My fifth most anticipated movie is one that hasn't been confirmed, but I do think is going to come out in 2025, and it's called Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. And this is a movie directed by Gore Verbinski, who is one of the most underrated filmmakers ever. I loved A Cure for Wellness. I loved his Pirates of the Caribbean trilogy. I loved The Lone Ranger. And Mouse Hunt is very underrated as well. So, to my understanding, this is a sci-fi, and I don't know the plot, but I can't wait to see another Gore Verbinski movie. The cast has Sam Rockwell, Zazie Beetz, Haley Lou Richardson. Like, I just got a really good feeling about this one, and I can't wait to see it. My fourth most anticipated movie of 2025 is The Conjuring 4. And look, I just love this franchise. The Conjuring 1 and 2 are two of my favorite movies of all time. I like Conjuring 3 enough. Love Annabelle Creation. Love Annabelle Comes Home. I liked The Nun. I loved The Nun 2. So I am actually very high on this franchise, and the fact that it's coming to an end, I guess it had to end eventually, but it still seems very bittersweet. So I hope this movie delivers in the scales, but I also hope it's a nice emotional send-off. I know James Wan isn't directing this movie, and I wish he was, but to me, Michael Chavez proved his competence with The Nun 2. So I'm going into this movie optimistic. So I can't wait to see it. Okay, the next two were really tough because I'm very excited for them. But the third most anticipated movie of 2025 is Until Dawn. Now, this movie is based on a video game that I just replayed, and it's actually pretty damn good. It has a nice creepy atmosphere. I like the winter setting. The game has monsters and saw traps and serial killers, and it's just a pretty wild story, and I can't wait to see it brought to life here. I feel like it could be the best video game movie, and it's directed by David F. Sandberg, who is a good director, and he knows how to deliver skills. Like I just mentioned, Annabelle Creation is a movie I love, and Lights Out is very underrated, so I truly feel like this movie could be something special. My second most anticipated movie is Wildwood, and this movie's going to be made by Leica, who also made Coraline, one of my favorite movies of all time, Paranorman, another favorite, Kubo and the Two Strings, another favorite, and also The Box Trolls and The Missing Link. Two movies I enjoy. So this is a studio I love. I love stop motion, and to my understanding, this is a big fantasy epic film, and I just think it's going to be so distinct and so creative, and I know it's going to be beautiful to look at, and I just have so much optimism and hope for this movie, and yeah, I cannot wait. But if you know me, you know what my most anticipated movie of 2025 was going to be, and of course, it's Avatar, Fire, and Ash. And Avatar is a movie I have always loved, and it's one of my favorite movies of all time. Avatar The Way of Water, I really liked it the first time, and then I loved it the second time, and then on my third watch, I was just like, okay, I was nuts the first time. This is one of the best movies I have ever seen. And I have watched both of these movies so many times. They're just filled with rich world building and incredible visuals. And I just really care about these characters and this planet. And like, it's pure movie magic. And they're also filled with thrilling action set pieces. So, I am, of course, incredibly excited for this movie. And the fact that there's going to be a Fire Nation of Na'vi going to be the villains, I think that's a great idea. And I've seen some concept art for this movie, and it's like these jellyfish floating ships that look incredible, and like there's a high chance that this isn't just one of my favorite movies of the year, but one of my favorite movies of all time. I just cannot wait to see this movie, and I know this franchise has its haters, but couldn't be me. I will be there day one, and I can't wait to experience this world again. So that's why Avatar, Fire, and Ash is my most anticipated movie of 2025. But I do want to mention, if by somehow I'm wrong and Beyond the Spider-Verse does come out this year, then that is pretty neck and neck with Avatar 3. But I think Spider-Verse will be a 2026 release. But anyways, what are your most anticipated movies for 2025? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos soon. And Gavin out.